Hey everybody, how's it going out there? And welcome to part 3 of the Running Moms Run Strong 3-part webinar series. Today, I'm going to talk about nutrition. And I'm going to give a few minutes for you to kind of get settled, grab a pen, grab a paper so you can take some notes, because I'm going to be sharing with you a lot of really great content that you're going to want to remember. You're going to want to take action on when this video is done. So let me just find something here. And if you tune in, I want you to say hi. I would love to know that I'm not alone here and that you are out there listening and you want to run fit, lean, and get strong, and you are ready to up level and actually start to talk about nutrition and think about what you need to do to support your body at the cellular level so that you can get really fit and strong and feel amazing. Today we're going to be talking about macronutrition strategies for mother runners to help you curb sugar cravings, rev metabolism, kickstart your body into fat burning mode, and power up your running fitness and fat loss, okay? That's what we're talking about in today's webinar. And if you don't know me, I'm Kiri Adam. I'm a physiotherapist by trade. I am the founder of Running Moms, this wellness community, and my signature program, the Running Moms Wellness Training Academy, where I train women, specifically moms, to learn to balance running, life, career, and motherhood, and also run really strong. I teach them to train strong, eat right, so that they can crush all of their body, mind, and life goals. Hey, April, nice to see you on. Thanks for saying hey. So that's what we're talking about today. In the first webinar I did, we talked about high performance habits, because before any eating techniques are gonna work, eating strategies, before any workouts, even though I can give you the best cutting edge, effective training strategy that includes speed, strength, HIIT workouts, core workouts designed specifically to power up your core after babies to help you run strong and fast and long without getting injured. You can't do any of that unless you're putting the work in. So that's why we started this week with high performance habits for your success and sanity. Second video was on all of those training components that an excellent run training program should consist of, because if you're running long and slow, your body is going to adapt to that. It's going to make you better in the beginning, and you're going to hit a plateau, you're going to hit an injury, you're not going to build the lean muscle, you're not going to challenge your body, you're not going to push your comfort zones, and so you're not going to get the build that you want. You're not going to get the fitness that you want. You're not going to get the body change that you want when you're just running long and slow the way every free download is telling you to go, okay? I want you guys, I train my runners to be very dynamic, build very strong bases of fitness so that they can push. That's where you get beautiful results, but it takes time, lots of time to build that base, okay? But it's all super, super worth it. And today, the third part of this equation of my 3-part Run Strong system is nutrition, because you cannot, ladies, run off a bad diet. So that's what we're going to talk about today, some really practical strategies that you can start to implement right away, right when you get off of this call. Hey, so glad that you can catch me live too. That's awesome. So that's what we're going to talk about here. And why am I doing this, you guys? My name, I already told you, I'm Kiri. I used to run and run and run. I was desperate to run when I had babies. I've always been a runner. It's my space, it's my sanity. I love the feeling of the run. I love being high from the run, and I had babies and I wasn't sleeping. I was running and running and running. I didn't have time to feed myself, and I thought, I had this myth always, right? Like, I believed that low fat was the way you needed to eat. I believed that I had to restrict calories, and then I would get my body back after babies. I thought that to be a better runner, to feel better in my skin, to lose the baby weight after I had my kids, I had to run long and I had to restrict calories. And that is totally wrong. It's this myth that we as women believe. Like, somehow we've all grown up with this myth, right? Like, my mom still restricts her food. Oh, I don't want breakfast. I don't really need lunch. Like, she's not putting food in her body, so it's not functioning properly. And when you're a runner and you're pushing your body, you need to build it back up. Food becomes even more critical for you if you want to build lean muscle, feel energized, curb sugar cravings, rev your metabolism, and get really fit, lean, and strong, okay? Nutrition has to be a really big part of the training program, just like the high performance habits, the speed, the strength, the core, the nutrition. In this webinar series, I'm not talking about it, but self-care and sleep and stress management are also very, very key components, because it really affects your hormone levels, which affects how your body metabolizes food, stores, and burns fat. So we talk more about that in the Running Moms Training Academy, so you can get access to all that extra information there. But it's important to understand that if you're a runner, you must eat and train, not diet and exercise. When you're restricting calories, you're putting your body into starvation mode, and everything you eat, it's gonna wanna hold on to. Like, that's the basics of it. When you don't eat, your body goes into starvation mode and holds on to fat, okay? You can't burn it, and that's just because of the hormones and what's going on and how your body's just storing up for that long period of time where you're not eating, okay? So we're gonna talk about that. And when I learned to eat without dieting, without restricting, without stopping, I still drink wine, I still eat chocolate, like I still eat. I actually eat a ton. I'm hungry and I eat a lot, but I eat a lot of really good food. I've got really lifestyle, it's a lifestyle shift for me, that my body is hungry because it's lean and it's fit and it's burning lots of calories, it's burning fat. I can literally like feel my body churning, like its metabolism is just going in a way that I never experienced when I was running and running and running. I was exhausted, lethargic, always craving breads, sugars, carbohydrates, crackers, salty chips kind of thing. And I was always like grazing and snacking on this stuff and never feeling satisfied. I was very tired all the time, and I never lost weight, I never got fit, I never got lean, but I loved running. And I get that you love running, and you can run and still get fit, lean, and strong when you do the workouts I gave you the other day, and then we talk about the strategies today, because when I made that shift to running less and eating more, I got really strong, I got really fit, and now I can push my distance building anytime I want and still feel amazing. I'm never going back to that sugar craving, lethargic, exhausted place again, because it feels awful. And when you feel the difference to this other lifestyle of eating lots of food and running really strong and fit in your body, like, you don't want to do that again. So food is so key, okay? And there's a lot of confusion. A lot of people struggle with nutrition. I did. The running part can be really simple, right? Like, it's really easy to just go out and run. You can easily run and run and run and just increase a little bit every week, and you're gonna go longer, but eventually you're gonna hit a plateau. You're not gonna build a lean muscle because your body's gonna adapt to that endurance, and it's not ever gonna build lean muscles. You don't build muscle by slow, steady state cardio. And the running can feel easy, right? But the nutrition feels complicated. There's like a billion diets out there, a billion people telling you what you should and shouldn't be eating, and it gets really confusing, overwhelming, and it leads to a lot of eating disorders. And let's be honest, a lot of women, especially runners, have some really disordered eating habits and fears out there. Macro tracking. I don't do macro tracking. It's triggering to me. Like, food, this shouldn't be so hard. Food shouldn't be so hard, right? Like, it really is simple. When you eat real food and you do the workouts, your body is going to adapt to that, okay? It's not really about the tracking. That's like an advanced skill. If you've mastered the strategies I'm gonna go through with you, the 5 strategies that I'm gonna go take you guys through, if you've mastered that and your workouts are on and you're feeling good, you're sleeping a lot, you're managing your stress, if you've got all those on track, then you don't need to track, right? Like, then you can go on and do some higher level stuff. But if you're not doing the workouts, if you're not focused on the 5 strategies I'm gonna take you through today, if that's not like a lifestyle for you yet, and if you're not sleeping 7 to 8 hours a night and getting good rest, and if you're not managing your stress levels, practicing juicy self-care, you don't need to do anything fancy with nutrition, okay? I'm gonna say this, that I'm not a nutritionist, and this isn't one-on-one advice. This is what works for me. Someone who's made the transition, someone who understands health, someone who's worked with hundreds and hundreds of people. that we're all overcomplicating food, and it shouldn't be that complicated. So I love this quote by Fitzgerald who's written the Endurance Diet. There are 3 reasons why you should follow the example of elites and eat everything. Elite runners, right? They eat everything. First, eating everything is healthy. Second, eating everything is natural. And third, eating everything is enjoyable, right? Managing stress and getting enough sleep is the biggest hurdle. Absolutely, it's totally the biggest hurdle, because those things impact you. And we always think, if I want to lose weight and feel good, I want to run and I'm going to go on a diet. I'm going to watch my food. But like, if you're not sleeping, your body, your hormones are all over. If you're stressed, you're always in like high alert, right? Like your body can't metabolize food properly. It can't function properly. Metabolically, it's not going to work. So no diet's going to work, and no exercise program is going to work until you work on looking at that stress. And that's not what this video is about. And that's what we do in the Academy, is we open those doors up. We talk about that stuff, because it's not about just pushing your runs and pushing your distance and restricting your calories and eating, because there's a lot of people that are doing the workouts and eating super clean and still not getting results, because the stress of life, of busy life, it's too much, and we're not sleeping, right? Like, ladies, we're not sleeping, okay? And those two play into themselves, right? When you're really stressed, you're not sleeping, and when you're not sleeping, you get really stressed and you feel crappy, right? So that all goes together. And I just did 2 amazing interviews for the Academy. I did one with Jen Pike, who's a holistic nutritionist, personal trainer, women's health expert in hormones and lifestyle change, and we talk a lot about this stuff and the impact that it has. Then you throw long distance running on there, where we even break you down even more, and we burn through the muscle, and now you're really setting yourself up to struggle if weight loss and getting fit and feeling energized are your goal. And then yesterday I interviewed Laura Anderson, who's a naturopathic doctor who again focuses and treats a lot of really busy, burnt out moms. And we talk a lot about the self-care, the sleep, and the stress management stuff, because it's so important. And when you can start to do that, you can start to incorporate some movement, some running as self-care and meditation, as opposed to, I need to run 50 kilometers, I need to run a race. Like, that just ramps up the stress again. Like, we need to get strong and love movement, and we need to eat really good. I also love the book, Run Fast, Eat Slow. I love the beginning section of that book, and what she writes, that runners were put on this pedestal of being, yes, they're coming out. I just released one yesterday, Elkie. Is that how I say your name? I'm sorry, I never said it out loud before. Yes, and what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, that book, and she prefaces by saying, like, runners are put on this pedestal of being really healthy, and I know from experience that I was running, but I was not healthy. I was not eating properly. I was super stressed, all these other things. So, and then runners, we're hungry. So we say, you know what? I can eat anything. Okay, thanks. I'm running, I can eat anything. I'm gonna eat all this food, and then I'm eating Pop-Tarts and low-fat Twizzlers and Slurpees and all these things that have no fat in them, but I'm hungry and I'm craving sugar. So now I'm filling my body up with all this crap, and it's not healthy. It's not feeling good. And I know how that feels. I know that belief in us that I run a lot, so I can eat whatever. But the truth is, when you're a runner, your body is like a Ferrari, right? Like, you gotta fuel that thing up. It needs good fuel at the cellular level, and that's why I do what I do here, you guys. That's why we're training you to run strong and eat right, because I seriously want you to crush all of your running, all of your body, and all of your life goals. And I'm not talking about the number on the scale. I'm talking about how you feel, the effort you're putting in, and actually I'm talking about your health. Okay, it's not measured by the number on the scale, so I'm never talking about that, all right? So we're not getting too focused on that scale. In fact, you can throw it out, focus on what you need to do in the next 24 hours to be healthy, okay? So tip number 1 is eat everything, okay? Like, eat. Don't think you need to restrict this or restrict that, because that never works. As soon as you throw your body into restriction, you are going to put yourself into deprivation mode, and you're going to want something. And as soon as you tell yourself, I can't have it, there's so much mind-body connection in eating that you're going to just crave things, and then it's going to be this willpower thing where you can't you can't say no. And we're going to talk, the next one is don't starve yourself. So stop counting calories is the second one. So I don't give my runners restrictions on food. I don't say don't eat that, don't eat that. You can only eat this list of things, because I can't live that way. I'm not going to do that, and I don't need to do that. Neither do you. Second rule, don't starve yourself. We've been so trained to count calories, and that's not what matters. Eating too little, like I said, you're not feeding yourself, you're not fueling yourself, your body is starving, your running is going to feel healthy. Over time, it can disrupt your metabolism and your hormones that regulate your hunger and send your body into starvation mode. And like I said before, your body's going to start to cling to its fat stores. As a runner, you need a lot of real food. And so what you want to do instead is, think about the quality of your food. And I'm not going to tell you not to eat processed food, but be mindful of that food. Be mindful of what you're fueling your body with. Is it real? Does it have nutrients in it, or is it from a box? I was in another group, and they were saying that Pop-Tarts were the recovery fuel, the recovery secret, and they were serious. Pop-Tarts have no nutrition, right? So just think about that. Am I fueling my body with something that's real and nutritious, or am I filling it with something that's just filler? It's just going to make me feel full for a little bit, but it's not going to give me what I need to restore my glycogen stores on my muscles and help me feel good, right? Help me nourish my body at that cellular level. So think about, you've got the choice between a granola bar or an apple and a handful of almonds. They might have the same caloric amount, or maybe the almonds has more fat in it and you're worried about the fat. But you need that. It's real food. Your body is going to take the fat from those almonds and that protein and the fiber and the good nutrients from the apple and the good sugars from the apple, and it's going to use that stuff. And that's why, you want to eat a lot of real food. I always tell my runners, eat a lot of real food and eat it often. So tip number 3 is just eat real food. Sticking to that simple rule, 80% of the time, if you make the real food choice, you're gonna be feeling better. So this is where we keep it really simple, you guys. We dive deeper into these topics in the Wellness Training Academy, and I'll show you a little bit about what you get in the 12 different lessons that I've put together to dive deeper into this. But sticking to that simple, just eat real food of 80% of the time, and allow yourself. I love wine at night. I'm not gonna stop. I save that 20%, but during the day, I'm on. So yeah, eat real food. So eat everything. Don't restrict yourself. It's a mindset. I'm also going to be interviewing Sarah Best on intuitive and mindful eating, and she is amazing, and she really works on helping women specifically master their minds so that they can master their body and change their bodies. It's really awesome. So that's what Eat Everything's about, because when you restrict yourself, you will fail. Number 2, unless it's a medical reason, but you need to talk to your medical doctor about that. And you got to know yourself. That's up to you. Number 2, don't starve yourself. Don't count calories. Think about what you're eating. Is it fueling me or not? Number 3 is just eat real food 80% of the time. These seem really simple, but if you actually think about it, you're going to make some really big changes. Number 4 is eat a complete meal every 3 to 4 hours while you're awake. And this is where I want to talk a little bit about macro balanced meals, and macronutrients are really important to understand. Again, I've got a whole section on macronutrition. You get the macronutrition guide for e-runners as a bonus right now if you sign up for the Academy, and it goes deeper into the specifics. But macronutrients are your proteins, your carbohydrates, and your fats, and you need to be eating all of those with every meal. And I generally say, we talk about, I don't track. I don't use any of the apps to get my percentages, because I feel like it's really triggering. If that's something that you need because you're a data person, go ahead, grab MyFitnessPal, track your food away. But generally you want to be eating a carbohydrate, a healthy fat, a vegetable, and a lean protein. Vegetables are carbohydrates, but I'm going to separate them a little bit. At every meal, and you want to eat 3 meals a day. You should be eating as a runner sort of every 4 to 5 hours, because your body, you don't want it to go into starvation mode. You don't want it to hold on to stuff. It is churning. Okay, so at every meal you should be eating a fist of vegetables, a palm of protein, a cupped hand of carbohydrates, and a thumb-sized portion of fat. And I give you access to the power. I have a 28-day meal plan that goes through like what a great 28-day meal plan would look like, what the meals would be for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And it's not meant to follow as like a super rigid plan, just to give you an idea of like how I eat and how other people will eat, with all of the macronutrients in every meal, so that you're giving your body everything that it needs. Because when you eat those macronutrients, your body is going to feel full. You're going to give your body what it needs. You're not going to have the sugar cravings, because you're able to keep your blood sugars level, your insulin levels level, and you're not spiking and dipping, because that's the problem when we're skipping meals and grazing on carbs all day, is we're spiking our insulin and then it's crashing, and we're craving, it's spiking and then it's dipping, and then, like, we're on this roller coaster all the time. And what our body does is like hold on to fat, and then it's like, I need sugar because I need to bring the insulin back up. So you crave the sugar, so you eat the sugar, and then your body doesn't need the sugar because you're not running. So then your body goes, oh, I don't need the sugar, I better save it for later because I don't know when I'm going to get some more, and it stores that as fat. And you're doing that all day. So when you graze just carbohydrates all day, or you're skipping meals, because you know when you skip meals, you end up craving sugars, you're just causing your body to store fat. If you can eat 3 meals a day, I say breakfast within 2 hours of waking up, really power-packed breakfast for us runners, of protein, carbohydrates, and fat. Like almost every day I have 2 eggs of some form. When I was working full-time, I would always, without fail, have hard-boiled eggs in my purse, and I'd take them to work. At work, I would have my whole wheat toast, and I put avocado on it. That would be my breakfast every day. It doesn't have to be complicated. Eggs, whole wheat toast, coconut oil. If I'm at home on the weekend, I'll saute some kale and coconut oil and throw that onto my eggs. Perfect, beautiful, delicious, nourishing at the cellular level. Okay, I saw a guy yesterday at the grocery store with his kids, and he's picking up like some kind of sweetened milk and Kellogg's sugar-coated cereal. And that is not a nourishing breakfast for your body when you're a runner. Eggs, I hope, not Kellogg's. And I know that that's what we've been, that's what we've done. We're busy, we want to do these, like, we need to make it quick. And maybe there's a lot of people out there. I started this whole nutrition kick for myself because I watched a Jamie Oliver video, and he said, like, there's generations of children who have not been raised to eat, so this isn't inherent to everybody, and that's okay if it isn't, because that's why I'm here. This is what I'm here to teach you guys, to help you to eat, to nourish your body, to nourish your runnings. That's the only way you're going to curb the cravings, rev your metabolism, kickstart your body into fat burning mode, and boost your performance and boost your energy when you eat food and you do the right workouts. And tip number 5, you guys, is eat snacks in between those meals as you are hungry. And that's key. People will say to me, well, I'm eating breakfast, but I'm hungry in a few hours. Why is that? And it's like, because your body's using food, right? Like, you're busy and your body's hungry. I always tell people, it's not a rigid rule to eat, 6 small meals during the day, but you should try to eat those 3 balanced meals, and in between, tune into your hunger. This is something that a diet isn't going to tell you. I can't tell you. Sometimes I'm hungry in between breakfast and lunch, and sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I've worked out. I ran 10K before breakfast today. So yeah, I'm hungry mid-morning. It's going to be different day to day for people. But what you need to do is tune into your body and say, am I hungry? Or is there just some donuts sitting there and I just feel like eating them? And if you feel like eating them, then you eat them, and that's cool. And you're good with that. And you know what's going to happen in your body, and you know you're setting yourself up to crash and crave, but that's okay, because it's a choice that you're making, because you're thinking about it, right? Or am I thirsty? Am I bored? Is this a habit? Or am I hungry? Oh, I'm hungry. Great, I'll go get the banana I brought with the almond butter, right? Like, and then you want to go to have a snack, again, that has the carbohydrates, the fats, and the protein as part of all your snacks. I really try to get my runners just to always eat in that balance. Always have a little bit of fat, a little bit of protein, and a carbohydrate, because often the snacks we grab are just carbohydrates. So you could have had a really good breakfast, and then you're just grabbing your carbohydrate lunch or snack, and then you're crashing again at lunch, or you're skipping your lunch, and you're setting yourself up, right? Like that way, right? So 3 meals a day, snack in between in protein, fat, carbohydrate balance in between each of those meals. And then should you eat before bed? Are you hungry? So I always tell people, are you hungry? I'm often starving at bedtime because I've run in the morning, I've worked all day, I've eaten good meals throughout my day, and my body, it's hungry. Like dinner's at 5 o'clock, right? And I go to bed at 10 o'clock, so that's 5 hours. And then I'm gonna go into bed and sleep for 6 or 7 hours. See, my sleep isn't good either. But I'm hungry. Sometimes I'm hungry at 9. And what I used to do was drink too many glasses of wine and like eat chips or just a bunch of bread, or I used to eat a lot of toast, a lot of cereal, a lot of plain rice, all carbohydrates, all made me feel lethargic. And not saying those foods are bad foods, but when they're eaten by themselves without the protein or the fat, then you're setting yourself up for those blood sugar crashes and craves, and that's how you break that cycle, okay? That's how you break the sugar cravings, by eating the 3 meals at regular intervals with food in between as you are hungry that contains carbohydrate, fat, and protein. It's like literally life-changing, you guys. I started with breakfast, and then you set your day up, right? You set your metabolism up, you set your body up by, at that point, then you're like, oh, I want to make better choices for the day. Okay, I'm going to eat better at snack. And then like that just carries on. If you skip breakfast, have a donut for a snack, like you're already going to fail that day because you've set yourself up for this already. You want to do this with your food. You don't ever want to hit those crashes and lows, okay? So really key stuff. A bonus tip is drink a lot of water. A lot of people are lacking hydration, and it makes you feel hungry and tired, and it throws your hormones out of whack as well. So drinking water is really important. So let's review those tips again. They're not difficult. You can start to implement this stuff right away, but they can make a really big difference. The first one is eat everything. Don't give yourself a list of things that you can and cannot eat if it's not medically necessary. My son can't eat peanuts. If you got a peanut allergy, don't go eating nuts because I said so. You have to know what's right for you. My kids can't eat peanuts. We don't have peanuts. That's not, and that's like a good, kind of interesting, like you can't have peanuts. So I don't crave peanuts. We don't crave peanuts. We just can't eat peanuts because they make us really sick, right? So if there's something that you just can't have, then just don't have it. Side note. But anyways, eat everything, because if you give yourself restrictions for no reason, it's going to drive you crazy and you're never going to stick to it. And then you're going to always feel like you're falling off the diet. 97% of diets do not work. I do not diet. I eat everything. Don't starve yourself. Stop counting calories. It's all about the quality of your food. Focus on, is this food, does it have nutrition in it, or is it processed from a box? Make a decision on what you want to have, okay? Either way is fine. Just be conscious. Bring consciousness into your day. Tip number 3 is JERF. Just eat real food. Sticking to that simple rule 80% of the time is great. It's going to get you great results. 20%, have the chocolate, have the cake, have the wine, but don't eat it all day long. 20% of the day. That is so key. And it's so simple, right? And what these things require is prepping and planning. So that's really, really key. That's where we fail, is because we're not prepping and planning. And that's hard. It's really hard stuff. We work on that in the academy as well. Half of that comes from mindfulness. And again, the productivity blog I wrote a little while ago, we've got to be productive. If we've got goals, we have to up-level our schedules, our planning, our organization, all of that stuff, because if we're not planned and prepped, we're going to be spinning our wheels and we're never going to be ready, and we're not going to get any of these really simple tips. We're not going to be able to do them, okay? Tip number 4 was eat a complete balanced meal every 3 to 4 hours. Have, have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Eat 3 balanced meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner is tip number 4. And tip number 5 was eat snacks in between as you're hungry, and make sure all of those contain a carbohydrate, a fat, and a protein. Because if you are grazing on carbohydrates all day long, sugars, crackers, low-fat foods, because they're just laden with sugar, you're going to be setting your body up for blood sugar crashes and lows, insulin highs and lows, and your body is just gonna be constantly storing fat. You're never gonna get into any kind of fat burning mode, okay? So to get into fat burning mode, to rev your metabolism, you need to be doing the speed, the strength, the core workouts, not just running and running and running, and then you gotta be eating real food and fueling it up and keeping those blood sugars level, and that is how your body is gonna build muscle, which revs calorie burn, which is gonna help you kickstart, is gonna help you move from this sugar craving, lethargic, tired, irritable runner to a really fit and strong and healthy fat burning. You're gonna become much more metabolically efficient when you're doing these things, and your running is going to become better as a result. Your energy is gonna be better as a result. You're not gonna be eating all that crappy food. It's gonna get easier. You're gonna not have the sugar cravings when you're doing this stuff. It gets easier, okay? And then drink water to help sort of everything flow better, help stabilize those hormones, and help with hunger, right? If you're drinking lots of water, you're not hungry. And oftentimes women aren't drinking enough water, we're not eating enough fat, we're not eating enough protein, which means we're just eating carbs and sugar and bread all the time. Give me a hands up and hell yeah if that's you, because that was me for years. I remember saying, like, I don't think it's possible for me not to eat bread. No, I don't think it's possible. It's because all I was eating was bread. Like, all I was eating was bread. I wasn't, like, I wasn't eating protein. I was terrified of fat. I was eating low-fat Twizzlers and low-fat rice cakes and low-fat everything. And it was, my body couldn't function. Oh yeah, right, April? Like, we've been trained as women. We've been trained, I don't know, our moms did this. It's just a society thing. You go out for dinner when you have a salad, right? No dressing, bread on the side. Like, men go and have the full-on meal, the steak, the potatoes, the vegetables, and how are they staying so fit and tramp? How? Because they're eating properly, right? All the bread and noodles, right? And it's the same for our kids. If my kids eat noodles and butter and cheese for lunch, they're crazy in like an hour, because that doesn't give them the nourishment that they need. They need the proteins and the fats. My children cannot function if they don't, and it does. And again, bread was making me feel, my joints feel so shitty, yes. And so it's not about restricting that or me telling you, don't eat bread. I eat bread. But you tuning into your body and really noticing that, oh, bread makes my joints feel achy and stiff and heavy. Yuck. What I notice is pasta. If I eat pasta and I run in the morning, I'm heavy. Like, that pasta doesn't sit well with me. I'm heavy and lethargic, so I don't eat pasta. It's just, I don't do it. I like rice. It's my thing. When I don't get enough sleep, I crave carbs. Yes, and there's a section there's a video in the Academy that talks about sleep and cravings, because yes, when you're not sleeping, your hormones are out of whack as well. Your willpower is down. Like, you just don't care, and your body is like sugar, and there's nothing you can do about it at that point. So it's not willpower that you need. Internal inflammation is real, absolutely. Yes, and what was I gonna say? It's not willpower that you ladies need to control the sugar cravings. It's not go on a sugar restrictive diet, the 5-day sugar detox. It's learning how to eat to nourish your body at the cellular level and give it what it needs to function, do all of its functions properly, to keep your blood sugars level. And when you can do that, you are going to feel like a new person. You're gonna run stronger, you're gonna run faster, weight is gonna come off, you're going to get fit. But this doesn't happen overnight. This happens over time. Like time. Okay, these are big changes that your body is gonna need to go through. And that's where people fail, is they think, oh, I'm gonna try this for a week or 2 weeks, I'm not getting results, so this isn't working, and I suck, and I can't do this, and I quit. And you can't do that. And you guys, that's why I have the Running Rooms Wellness Training Academy, because you get access to the 12-part, it's a 12 video series, and it takes us through, we go deep into all of these topics, and you also get the support of the community, where you're going to be able to we work on keeping it all up. Every week I give you some kind of high performance topic to work on because, okay, see you later, girl. I give you, let me just find it, where is it here? You get access to our training tribe where every week, every Monday I post some kind of mindset habit, some kind of high performance habit, some kind of challenge to keep you taking action, because if you're not thinking about it, and it's proven one of the pillars of serious real health transformation is positive social support and accountability, and that's what the group is there for, to keep you focused, because it's too easy to lose focus, to provide you with a group that you get to know and love and grow and change and run with, because it's really hard to get out in real life. I can't. And we take focused action. You know, this week we're talking about raising necessity. Like, we work on the habits of high performance. Next week we're going to be talking about running good running form, and we've got the video series to work through together. So I kind of take you through it week by week, but you also get the video course series that's going to dive deep into all of these topics. So I just did the 3-part webinar series, right? We talked about high performance habits. We talked about all of the physical components and the nutrition components. And there's also, which isn't part of this, like we talk about, is sleep, stress, self-care. This is holistic, healthy running that nobody is talking about. And life as a runner, as a woman, no matter how old your children are, like, we have to deal with these issues: hormones, sleep, stress. Like, we are taking care of babies, of husbands, of aging parents, of homes. We have careers. Like, running doesn't exist in a bubble. You cannot just run and run and run and hit your goals. And I want you to not only run and love the runner's high, but I want you to be healthy from the inside out. I'm a physiotherapist, and I've worked in the hospital system with people as they age, and I see what happens to people when they don't sleep, when they don't manage their stress, when they don't understand how to eat food, and when year after year after year goes by and the weight goes on, and your mental health goes down and down, and you end up with joint replacements and hip fractures and all of this open heart surgeries. And like, I don't want to get into this stuff, but this is the side of life I see. So I've created this program for you guys. Yes, Christy, this group helps me remain consistent. And I do this group as much for you guys as I do it for me, because it keeps me on track all the time. And I need the constant reminders. I've learned so much by even doing the studying and creating of the course, and I teach you guys this stuff because it's worked for me. If it works for me, I like to keep things simple. I don't do diets. I don't do crazy workouts. I don't do complicated things. I need my health to be simple and quick. It doesn't have to be so hard. It shouldn't be so hard. And that's what I take you through here. And if you just keep consistent and keep working, Chrissy, you're killing it. When I met Chrissy, she couldn't even run a minute, and now she's just run her first half marathon, right? Like, these changes take time and a consistent effort. These ladies are putting in a consistent effort to take care of them, because no one else is going to take care of you. I feel like this passion for taking care of moms, because I know no one takes care of me. Like, if I don't take care of me, no one takes care of me. And I went through a period of time where I didn't take care of me. It was a very ugly period in my marriage, in my life, like everywhere. It's very dark, and I don't want to go there. So I want you taking good care of yourself, and that's what I'm here to be: your running coach, your life coach, your health coach, like your mommy transformation life coach. You know, that's what this is. So I'm going to flip the screen here and show you a little bit about what you get when you join. I created this awesome membership site, so you're going to get access to all of these. So the Running Moms Wellness Training Academy, and you get access to this. When you buy the program, it's for a year. And so there's a 12-week distance training coaching program. So every week of your program, because I should go down, there's a distance training program vault, because we're runners. We love to train. I love to train. I'm always in training. I love the focus. I love knowing what my workouts are. I love the feeling of pushing my body and progressing it. So you've got all my 5K programs, all my 10K programs, all my 21K programs. These are designed and built by me, physiotherapist, to address any fitness level. So you're going to find something in there that you need. They're all 12 weeks. So if you've got a race coming up, awesome. You're covered. Like, for the whole year, you've got all these great programs. Print them off, keep them forever. I don't really care. They're all yours. And they've all got built-in speed, core, strength workouts to help you really push your body and not just run and run, unless you're doing like a beginner 5K, because there is a point where you do just need to do, like, there's reasons that all the programs are built exactly how they are, but they all include at least one strength workout and at least one core workout per week, every level. And then there's also a 28-day program too. If you just want the faster, stronger challenge or the beginner challenge, I recommend people get started right there. Anyways, this 12-week program, it takes you through supercharged goal setting, because a lot of people will just go out and set a goal without really knowing what they want. If you don't know what your goals really are, a lot of people say, I just want to run a marathon. And then like a month in, they're like, but I'm not losing weight. I said, well, weight wasn't your goal. You said you wanted to run a marathon. I'm like, well, I also want to lose weight and get super fit. Well, your training plan to a marathon might not be what you need. You need to build a strong base first. So we really need to get clear, and you need to get very clear about what you want so that you can choose the right program for you to hit the goals and get the results that you want. Very important to build a strong fitness base. This is my specialty, you guys. Lesson 2, once you've chosen your program, is we talk strength for runners. A little bit of mindset work in there. I love this guy, Brendan Burchard, so I'll link to random things for you guys to listen to throughout the program. So this is strength. We talk about strength and why strength, and you get your weekly strength workout, your weekly core workout to go along with each week. You get weekly meal ideas, so you don't have to struggle with what to cook. You've got some ideas there to help you. There's bonus training. So here we talk pelvic health with Julie Weeb, physiotherapist, and then I got runner strength specific training. I did an interview with Nate Helming, who's a strength and conditioning coach with the Run Experience. You know, really good runners don't just run and run and run. They do the strength work. Like, this guy is strong, and he's a serious coach in San Francisco, and you know, he coaches the everyday athlete, right? Like, why train any less? Like, you're a runner. Why not train and be the best you can be? Like, there's nothing better than feeling strong. So anyways, that's the strength. When we talk about food as fuel, mindful eating, eating with intention, weekly meal ideas, and your workouts, okay? So you get all that. That's week 2. Week 3 is week 4. We talk macronutrition, the blood sugar story, and the nutritional fundamentals every runner needs to know. So this is where we dive deeper into the whys and the science behind eating. I've interviewed my friend Laura Amber Wood, who's a fat loss and macronutrient expert. She's also a holistic nutritionist. So we talk about digestion and what happens in your body when you're eating that big bowl of pasta, and how you can eat better to help your body burn fat naturally. Again, your strength and your core workouts and all your meal ideas. We go through planning and food prep, some tips, some reminders. If you don't plan and prep like a boss, you're not going to be able to eat properly. It just is what it is. You've got to plan, you've got to prep, you've got to be on it. It's one of the jobs that we have. You'll feed your family better that way too. We talk about understanding cravings, understanding metabolism and how to curb cravings and rev metabolism. We talked a little bit about it here, but we talk about it deeper. We talk also gut health for runners. I've got an expert interview with Galen Gomez, who specializes in women's gut health. And I want you guys not just eating good food, but digesting good food. That's where the nutrients are really going to come from. We talk stress. I've interviewed Eleanor Fish, who takes over this lesson for me, all about balanced running, finding your flow, finding your zen. Running is moving meditation as a way to love your body, find your quiet space, not just as a way to change your body, and how to make that mental shift and why. And you can still be training for your 5, 10, or half marathon distance, but it just shifts the way you think about your running, and that's going to help you reduce your stress and get results. Sleep, this one is a big one, and it's something that no one really talks about, but it's one of the most important pieces of training. So we talk about it. We talk about adrenal fatigue. You're going to get the interview with Laura Anderson, naturopathic doctor, to complement the adrenal fatigue topic. And we're also talking about nourishing your life with juicy self-care. So I have an interview I'm going to pop in here that I just did with Jen Pike. I just released it this week. And again, that expert interview, she is a holistic nutritionist who talks about adrenals, hormones, running, weight loss, and how to find some balance, and why self-care and rest is so important. not only for your running, but for your life. And you will become a faster, stronger, fitter runner when you nourish your life with juicy self-care. We talk about why it's not just about diet and exercise. That digs a little bit into the stress and like where some of those other areas might be holding you back, because when you're unhappy in your relationship, when you're unhappy in your finances, when you're unhappy in your career, it's affecting your running, it's affecting your results. And we don't like to talk about this stuff. Your free training plan isn't talking about this stuff. We talk about it. You get Power Recipe Guide, Power Recipe Vault. So it starts out with the 28-day meal plan that I talked about, macro balance, really good ideas, really healthy, nutritious food with ingredients you can buy at your local grocery store and that your whole family is gonna love. You get the Superfoods Guide for runners, helps you stock your cupboards if you want to up-level some superfoods. And really, they're really the basics like avocado and eggs, stuff like that. Power Meal Recipes, so there's just a whole recipe guide in here of power recipes that I love. Power Snacks, if you've got to do some baking on your Sunday night prep. And Power Smoothies, I love Power Smoothies. It's a great way to jam-pack nutrition. I've got a vault here full of coaching training tips. So we've got warm-up, cool-down, arm swing, posture, rating and perceived desertion, how to prevent runner's knee, beginner tips, speed burst training. So all of the coaching tips that you'll need to become a better, more efficient runner. All the strength workouts, all the speed workouts, all the yoga workouts I love, the core workouts, good running form webinar series. And then here's the exclusive expert interview series, where I've put all my expert interviews and we talk on topics. Gut health, we talked about these. So I've taken them from the plan, from the videos, and just stuffed them here. Also got Melissa Bufinos talking holistic, she's a holistic sports nutritionist. We talk nutrition for weight loss and performance. We talk disordered eating and food freedom for runners. So you guys, you get like a ton of stuff. Most importantly is that you're going to get the information that you need to get results, to take consistent action, to get that community of runners who get you, who are also moms, who also have a lot of stuff going on, because it's not that you don't have time. We all only have the same 24 hours in the day, but it's who are we holding ourselves accountable to? Why does it matter? It's about having that positive support system that you can go to and just constantly be reminded why. And then of course having the really solid plan in place, because once you make the decision, you're taking the action, you want to make sure you have a good plan, some good structure in place, and you're training strong and eating right. The Academy is open right now. It is on sale until Sunday, and women are signing up, and I love it because they're loving it. As soon as they go in, they're like, oh my God, this is amazing. This is exactly what I need in a world that really, in a space, in a life that's like all over the place. And what I love is that you're gonna get quality education, quality tips and strategies when you're in that group, and it's a place to ask those questions and share those things, because, and if I don't know the answer, I sure as hell know a really good professional that's going to give you a really good science-based answer. I see all these other running groups. Oh, I've got plantar fasciitis. Should I run my marathon? Everyone's like, yeah, just go for it. Just do it. It's like, no, you know, you guys, you got to think about it, right? We want to take care of that. That's not the advice that you're going to be getting in my groups. And to be honest, not many of my runners get injured. 80% of runners get injured. Mine don't, because they're training holistically. They're eating right. They're choosing the right goals. They're balancing career and sleep and kids with their running. They're not just pushing their running through everything out of desperation and sanity. Like, you can love running, but you can still want to do it smart and strong and based on science, right? Like, I don't want to get injured. You don't want to get injured. I love that you guys are loving the group, and I know that. That's why I do it. I love the group. I love leading the group. I love connecting the community that is in the group. I love creating new content for you guys. I've always got more content ideas planning. I'm putting together this 6-week high performance habits course for people who really want to work on those high performance habits and dig deeper into that mindset stuff, which I love. I mean, I'm a physio and I can teach you all the form and alignment and strength and core and speed and talk about that all day, but I love mindset. So that's a bonus that's coming up. I'll put that together in the next month or so. Yeah, and that'll be in the Academy as well. So it's on sale, and it's not $1,000. It's not $500, like all these health coaching courses out there, lose fat, pay me $1,200. It's none of that. It's $229 one-time fee. You get to train with us for the year. You probably get, I haven't set it up yet, but you get lifetime access to the membership site content, and you get access to the private training academy for 1 year. There's a monthly payment plan if you just want to pay 24 bucks a month, but it's $229 towards your health and sanity and running strong. The stuff that you're learning is health coaching from a health professional. It's not just taking a diet or a shake or any of that. So you're gonna get, you know, and life ebbs and flows, right? You need the community, you need the space, you need the place to go to keep you picking yourself back up when you fall, because it's not perfect. Like, it's not a linear, it's like health change is not linear. It's like, and hopefully you're getting up though, right? Like, hopefully you're going to get healthier, and you will get healthier when you stick to it. You don't quit. There's 2 ways that you are going to fail. And the first one is if you never get started, and the second one is if you quit when you fall down. And I'm not going to let you do either of those things. So I'm going to put the link below if you guys want to hop into training. It's $229 from now until Sunday. There's a bunch of bonuses that you're going to get. You can get the macro guide for runners. You can get the nutrient timing guide, so you know how to eat before and after to maximize your recovery and power up your running. And you're going to get that 28-day meal plan for free when you join. And you're also going to get access to the High Performance Habits course when I finish it in the next few weeks. And yeah, that's it. It's awesome. I have nothing else to say about it. I would love for you to join our inner circle of really badass, supportive, amazing women who are balancing it, and they're rocking it, right? Balancing motherhood, running, career, and everything else life is throwing at you, because ladies, like, you have a lot of very important roles to fill, and I know that, and I know that my running and my eating is the core. My health is the core of me being able to handle anything else in my life, okay? I am not giving up on that. I'm not stopping. It's really important. Price goes up on Sunday night. I'll send you guys a few emails if you're on the email list. I'll remind you in here as well. This community is always going to be open, but come Monday, my focus is going to be giving all of my love, attention, and support to the group in the inner circle of people in training, okay? So have an awesome day. I hope this was super helpful. Thank you for all the comments and communication, and if you're watching this on the replay, post your comments and I'll be here. I'll be checking in periodically through the rest of the day and the week and into the weekend to answer your questions. I'm standing by. Email me, message me, whatever. Get into training. Take care of yourself, because if you don't, nobody else is going to. Have an awesome day.